Welcome back to Voice of the Week, and this is going to be a montage of every single Voice of the Week of this season. This is V's favorite section, so let's check it out on the screen.
Today I'm standing here for the fact that all healings begins with the mind.
It can make friends easier, it can spread positive energy, love, and inspiration to other people.
When I grow up, I want to be a scientist, a great scientist, because I can discover new things around everything.
And in my class, I found lots of rocks that can
Our worth is not defined by the number of mistakes that we make, but by the number of efforts that we put in to refrain from making those mistakes.
Our first reaction is to defend ourselves and justify our actions.
Intelligence needs to be followed up with determination and diligence to ensure success.
Genius is 1% talent.
They are there to greet you after a long day away from home.
The main concern for many right now is health, even for a kid like me.
Money is not evil, but the greed that it possesses us can make us go evil.
Once again, the audiences of IFO never fails.
A blast.
And what do you think of their public speaking skills? Impressive?
I mean, absolutely amazing. Just incredibly impressed. I mean, I couldn't do that back then. I'd just be terrified. It'd be stage fright.
Yeah, same. So we talk a lot about public speaking skills, and it is something really important in the show as well. So to become a better speaker, do you have any specific strategies that we can really learn from?
I don't know. I feel like you should give me tips. And a part of leadership is, leaders have to be able to communicate their ideas, their plans, both fluently and coherently. And so, yes, it is a skill that, aspiring leaders, young leaders need to cultivate over time, right? It's not easy. I'll be honest myself, like I had massive stage fright, right? And whenever I got in public speaking, I would always get butterflies in my stomach and whatnot. But it can't be learned. I think it should be learned, right? And it should be mastered. I get a lot of your question. So, what are some advice we can give to our young viewers? I haven't been asked this a few times. I think that 5 things that have helped me. 1, you got to know your audience. 2, you have to prepare. 3, physical appearances matter. 4, soft skills. And then number 5, authenticity. So when we talk about know your audience, right, for young viewers, young students, right, you got to realize where you're about to step into to talk, right? Are you going to talk with friends and classmates? Are you going to talk with teachers, mentors? Are you going to talk with parents, right? Or maybe community leaders, right? You have to tailor your message in a way that shows your expertise, but is also going to be received in a respected way, right? So that's, know your audience. Prepare. I can't say this enough. Stage fright, those butterflies in your stomach, they go away if you just spend time preparing, right? Your audience, they came to see you because you're the subject matter expert, right? Show them you're the subject matter expert. Prepare your content, right? You have to know it inside and out. You have to practice it in front of the mirror. Practice it in front of your iPhone or your phone. Or record yourself, right? Know your timing, know your content, and really practice, right? Practice makes perfect. Number 3, we talk about physical appearances. It seems superficial at first, but humans, how we are, whether we're friends, whether we're classmates, whether we're teachers, mentors, community leaders, we're all kind of subjected to, first impressions. First impressions do matter, right? Dress the part, right? Not only do you have to be the subject matter expert from preparing, you need to look the professional part, right? Presentation materials, PowerPoint, all that, make sure it looks spot on, right? Look the part as well, on top of being the part. I think number 4, and a lot of people wrap themselves around this, soft skills. I think it breaks down into both verbal and nonverbal skills. Right? So when we talk about talking, verbal skills, right? Be mindful of your inflection, your volume, your speed, your word choice, right? Ultimately, your message needs to be what? Clear, concise, and precise, right? When we talk about nonverbal skills, your body posture, right? Are you slouching? We talk about hand gestures, we talk about eye movement. Talk about just movement within the audience, right? Use those things to your advantage, right? Dominate the space and use all those things to get your message across to your intended audience. I think the last thing, though, is probably the most important. That's authenticity. It's not enough to be a subject matter expert. You you have to believe it. You have to believe that message, right? And it kind of goes back to being a leader. We said being a leader is what? Building trust, right? And trust comes back to what? It comes back to competence, and it comes back to caring about your people. So when I say competence, right, we talked about step 2 of those 5 things, right? Knowing your stuff, prepare, right? That's where you establish subject matter expertise. But when we talk about caring, right, it's not just about caring about people, it's caring about your missions, caring about the message you're trying to convey. So are you authentic? Do I believe you when you are saying those things? And so those 5 things again, know your audience, talked about preparing, talked about physical appearances, soft skills, and authenticity. You know, not that you should tackle all those things in once, it's kind of a big sandwich, but I think if you deliberately go through those things, you'll get there.
Oh, a lot of things to prepare to become a good public speaker.
But again, practice makes perfect, so I guess
right.
it all makes sense. It all fits.
So we know that to be a good public speaker, you have to focus on 5 elements that you just mentioned. So what is a really good way to learn all of those 5 elements? By speaking a lot or practice a lot?
I think practicing in front of a trusted agent, so whether that agent is a friend or classmate or teacher, right? I think it's important. I think if you just practice in the blind, right? If you just stand here, read your script, you imagine it a certain way. But when your friend records you and shows you that video and it's like, oh, you're slouching, Tommy, or oh, your hands are moving all over the place, or oh, Tommy, you're just pacing all over the room, right? You need to have a trusted confidant that can kind of record you and give you that meaningful feedback, right? But again, practice. Being deliberate, being structured, right? As long as you make time for it and you practice in a deliberate manner and you have that active feedback from somebody you trust, it doesn't have to be a friend, if you know, it could be your siblings.
Family members.
Yeah, exactly. I think doing those things will get you to where you want to be.
This is also the thing that I should do more often. I used to do this when I was little, but now no more.
And I guess something that you should never devalue, like honestly use it to its full potential, is the mirror.
Absolutely.
Honestly, the mirror is a friend when it comes to public speaking.
But recording is much better because you can reflect on how things work.
Mirror is the first start though, because like, I don't want to record, I'm shy. And then you just like start with a mirror, proceed to the video, and then move to a friend, and then move to a family member, or the other way around.
I love the mirror because it's like, it's instantaneous feedback, right?
Right.
You can see like as you're talking, like what facial expressions you're making. Yeah, it's fantastic. That's my preferred choice.
Okay. Well,
really
thank you
nice.
very much. And we have a lot of note-taking to do.
That's right. So a lot of takeaways in terms of public speakings for the young viewers and also the parents. And to be a good public speaker, we have to do a lot of things. But remember, practice makes perfect, and nothing is impossible.
Well, truly nothing is impossible with IFO, because earlier on this year, we sent Voice of the Year for Season 5 to Australia, right? But for Season 6, the Voice of the Year contestant is going to get a 2-week summer course in the UK.
That's
And
crazy.
it's a massive prize, right? A fantastic destination, honestly. And we'll know who will get to go to this fantastic place within 2 weeks. And you guys will have to vote starting from now.
We are so excited and looking forward to the result. And as you might know, the New Year's Eve is coming so close. So do you have any resolution for the new year, Mr. Tommy?
Absolutely. Thank you for asking. You know, for some of my young viewers who don't know what resolutions are, it's not a wish, it's not a goal, right? It's resolution is to be resolute, right? It's a kind of a firm decision to do something this upcoming year. You know, normally during this time, I become very reflective, maybe even emotional, right? Just kind of reflecting on years past, as I'm sure you both and, you know, we all do here, thinking about where we started and the things we've done, where we've come. But for me, just like at, 35 now, a little bit older, my resolutions are generally the same, and they're pretty simple. One is just to become stronger. Physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Maybe not so much physically, but the other core components. The other thing is really to become a better friend, a better son, a better man, a better leader for like the people around me. Yeah, it's really only those two things.
And really take care of our beloved ones.
Yeah,
that is
absolutely.
also the most important thing in this new year.